This psychological thriller is a mind-bending dive into the depths of mental terror. It starts with a knock on the cabin door, and from there, Ritual drags viewers into a twisted game of cat and mouse. The Indonesian psychological thriller, also known as Modus Anomaly, doesn't just toy with the protagonist. It doesn't hesitate to go after the audience too. Directed by Joko Anwar, the film's premise presents itself as your run-of-the-mill survival story. However, down the line, it unravels into a disturbing exploration of paranoia and the darker corners of the human psyche. The film itself hones in on a mysterious man who wakes up in the middle of the woods completely clueless as to how he got there. The only pieces of information he has to go on are that his family is missing and that some anonymous and highly motivated figure is hunting him. As the plot progresses, he manages to piece together clues. However, the film keeps viewers guessing about the mysterious man, his hunter, and reality itself. The borderline creepy setting of the forest mirrors the main character's disoriented state, and as such, viewers can't help but exist in a constant sense of unease. While this intense unease is a cornerstone of Ritual's atmosphere, it's not the main selling point. It's the clever way it plays with perception that really sets the film apart. Not only does each twist feel authentically earned, but the tension that follows is impossible to avoid. Ritual twists the classic amnesia trope into a psychological nightmare. If there's one thing that Ritual proves, it's that there's nothing more terrifying than being lost in your own mind. Along those lines, the film transforms the often overused amnesia trope into something with a gruesome twist. In the process, it transports viewers into a world where nothing is certain, especially the protagonist's grasp on reality. The element of memory loss here isn't just another device to keep the plot moving along, it becomes a weapon. As mentioned earlier, the story is centered on John Evans, Rio Dewanto, who wakes up in the middle of the woods with no idea who he is or how he got there. Straying from the usual way these find the clues and solve the puzzle narratives unravel, the film dials up the tension by scattering cryptic messages and unsettling discoveries. So there's a buried corpse here and a mysterious video recording there that doesn't just feel personal, there's a subtle threat behind it all. Above all, it's the way Ritual utilizes amnesia that injects every moment with a sense of instability that just works. The instant viewers feel they've figured something out, the narrative shifts it all out of focus. This level of disorientation clearly represents the main character's mental state, and it's safe to say it's just as terrifying watching it as it is in his head. By the time things begin to make sense, viewers are left with palpable questions. Is he a victim, a villain, or perhaps something in between? That's the genius of Ritual. Ritual explores the darkest corners of human nature. Using its claustrophobic, forested setting in conjunction with breadcrumb storytelling, Ritual manages to peel back the layers of human nature in one of the most unique ways possible. At its core, the movie doesn't simply explore the theme of survival against some pretty tasking odds. It's also about the ugly decisions people make when their backs are against the wall. On the surface level, the amnesiac protagonist finds himself in a scenario where nothing makes sense. There's a bloodied knife, cryptic clues, and a trail that leads to one unsettling discovery after another. But as the story unfolds, it's clear that the real horror doesn't come from external threats, it's an inside job. One key scene that drives this home has Dewanto's character stumbling upon a chilling video implicating him in something unspeakable. The cabin where he finds this video is littered with other clues ranging from a disturbing time capsule to blood-stained items that weave a narrative he may not be ready to face. Here, the blurred line between hero and monster becomes eerily disorienting, especially as he continues digging for the truth. Perhaps the best part of the mind-boggling mystery is that Ritual never attempts to patronize the audience or spoon-feed answers. Rather, it allows viewers to discover things alongside the protagonist, and in the process, reflect on their own instincts. At the end of it all, it leaves you reassessing your own moral compass.